Hello, this is your Korean friend Wani. Today I will talk about a K-pop girl group that hunts demons. It's Huntrix from the Netflix animated film K-pop Demon Hunters. But they're not just idols, they're actually Korean shamans. Let's talk about Mudang, which is shaman in Korea. In Korean tradition, a Mudang is a female shaman who receives spiritual power and performs rituals. There are male shamans too, which are called paksu, but the term Mudang is often used for both. A Mudang is more than a religious figure. They've been counselors, performers, and spiritual healers in communities for centuries. They prayed for peace, chased away bad spirits, and healed emotional wounds and sometimes physical wounds too. In the past, people even call them spirit doctors. In Korean traditional beliefs, the concept of the afterlife centers around reincarnation and ancestral spirits. It's believed that when someone dies, their soul wanders the earthly world for 49 days before moving on to the afterlife. The 저승사자, the figure that inspires Saja boys in the movie, is a reaper who guides souls to the afterlife. But not all spirits make it there. When a soul lingers in the living world, unable to move on, a shaman, Mudang, steps in. Through a special ritual, the shaman helps guide the restless spirit peacefully to the afterlife. In this way, a Mudang becomes more than a spiritual performer. She is a spiritual guide, connecting the living, the dead, and the divine. A shaman is a K-pop idol? Sounds like pure fantasy, right? But actually, this concept is surprisingly realistic. Why? Because a Korean gut ritual is basically a full-on performance. In fact, you could say that shamans were the ancient girl groups of Korea. First, the vibrant costumes worn during rituals weren't everyday clothes. They were colorful, eye-catching, and theatrical, just like the dazzling outfits worn by today's idols on the stage. Second, the powerful sounds of gongs, drums, and percussion during rituals feel just like the opera tracks of a girl group performance. Third, the dance or rhythm of a shaman during the ritual are not so different from choreographed idol routines. And finally, each shaman channels different gods and spirits, which gives them their own unique role and personality, just like K-pop members who each have their distinct character and image. So Huntrix performances aren't just fantasy. They're a modern reinterpretation of Korean shamanism reborn on the K-pop stage. Now, let's take a closer look at the hidden shamanic elements inside Huntrix. First, the spiritual mentor, Sinoma in the story. Rumi loses her mother and is raised by Celine. Not only Rumi, but also Joey and Mira are trained by Celine as their mentor. This setup reflects the real-life tradition in Korean shamanism where a new shaman receives training from a Sinoma, a spiritual mother. A shaman cannot begin without guidance. The Sinoma helps them receive the spirit and teaches them how to serve as the Mudang, and those who share the same Sinoma are called Shinchami, or spirit sisters. In that sense, Rumi, Joey, and Mira are spirit sisters too. Second, the ritual weapons. Huntrix members use weapons to fight off demons, but these aren't just fantasy props. They are inspired by real ritual tools used by shamans in Korean gut ceremonies to chase away evil spirits or bad luck. Rumi's weapon is the saingam, the four-tiger sword. It's made during the tiger time, day, month, and year, all represented by the character in a traditional East Asian calendar. Since making the entire sword during those specific times is difficult, only the key parts are crafted then. The sacred sword can only be created once every 12 years, during the In year. Mira's weapon is a kokdo, also known as a crescent moon blade. It's curved at the end, symbolizing the power and dignity of a god. Shamans often hold this blade or a trident when dancing during rituals to represent divine authority. Choi uses a shinkar, or spirit sword, also known as the daeshinkar. It's a short, ritual blade decorated with tassels or metal ornaments. This sword represents the energy of the gods. It's used in rituals to ward off bad energy, honor ancestors, or guide the spirits of the dead. So these weapons aren't just tools for battle. They are sacred instruments from traditional Korean rituals, each with a story and spiritual meaning behind them. And that's a wrap on all the shaman-inspired elements we found in Huntrix. Remember, a Mudang isn't just someone who chases away spirits. She's a healer who soothes the heart, comforts sorrow, and protects the community through art and ritual. And Huntrix, they bring that exact role into the world of K-pop, transforming tradition into something powerful, stylish, and modern. Honestly, maybe Korean shamans were the original K-idols, blending performance, healing, and deep cultural roots long before K-pop was born. Today, we focused on the cultural side of shamanism, not the religious aspect, and we hope it gave you a fresh perspective on Korea's traditions. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell us in the comments what was the most shamanic moment in Huntrix for you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.